Dear students, now in this video we are going to discuss about 11th standard computer science. Chapter 5, working with Windows operating system, part 3. The previous video we discussed about what is meant by operating system and what is meant by Windows operating system and what are the different versions of Windows. Okay, now in this video we are going to discuss about Windows desktop, what is meant by window, and what are the different types of window, that is what is meant by application window and what is meant by document window. We discuss one by one. Okay, first we discuss about what is meant by Windows desktop. So Windows desktop is nothing but the opening screen of Windows is called a desktop. If for example I will open the opening screen of this, now you can see. So now I will show the Windows desktop for you. Okay, so this is known as the Windows desktop, that is opening screen of the window. The first screen of the window is known as the Windows desktop. Okay, now is it clear? Okay, so Windows desktop is the opening screen of Windows. The desktop of your computer may look different from what is seen in the figure shown. Okay, that is each and every Windows operating system, it shows the different desktop screen, because you can able to customize the screen, you can able to change the appearance of the windows. Okay, so in the figure the desktop shows the start button, taskbar, notification area and the date and time at all. Okay, so now you can see the Windows desktop. Okay, so now in this screen some of the icons are already available. These icons are known as the standard icons. Okay, so in this is your notification area and this is your start button, and this bar is known as the taskbar. Okay, the last bar is known as the taskbar. From this we are having start button and a notification area. We see one by one why we need a start button, why we need the notification area at all. Okay, so in the right corner in Windows 7, the right corner we are having the option arrow pick. So this button is used to minimize all the windows at a time. Okay, so icons, we already know what is meant by icon is. So icon is a graphical symbol representing the Windows elements. So it is a symbol is used to represent the Windows element like files, folders, shortcuts, etc. Icons plays a vital role in GUI based applications. What is the expansion of GUI? Graphical user interface. Okay, so icon is nothing but a thumbnail picture is used to specify some particular applications or elements in Windows. You can move to the desktop anytime by pressing the Win key plus D or using arrow pick while working in any applications. You can see the figure to know where arrow pick lies in the taskbar. Okay, where it can be lies, arrow pick is lies in the right corner of the Windows 7 operating system. Okay, standard icons, I told some of the icons are already available. That icons is known as standard icons or default icons. Okay, the icons which are available on desktop by default while installing Windows OS. When these icons are available when you install the Windows operating system, that time these icons are available automatically. Okay, so this type of icons is known as the standard icon. The standard icons are available in all Windows OS or My Computer, Documents and a Recycle Bin. So what are the standard icons? My Computer, Documents and a Recycle Bin. These are the standard icons. Okay, so shortcut icons. What is meant by shortcut icons? You can create icons for any applications. Okay, so shortcut icons can be created for any application or files or folder. By double clicking the icon, the related applications or files or folder will open. This represents the shortcut to open a particular application. So some standard icons only available in the desktop. If you want to create a icon for any other application, you can also create a shortcut icon. Okay, see here Google Chrome, you can see this arrow mark. Okay, this arrow mark is used to specify the shortcut icons. Okay, so Google Chrome, TeamViewer, VLC Media Player, Turbo C++ for Windows, these are all the shortcut icon, and then ET6, these are all the shortcut icons created by the particular applications. disk drive icons. We can also able to view your disk drive icons. So what are the disk drives are available in your computer, you can able to see by using this option. The disk drive icons graphically represent 5 disk drive options: hard disk, CD-ROM or DVD drive, pen drive, other removable storage such as mobile, smartphone, tablet, etc. And then network drives if your system is connected with other system. Okay, so it will show all the different kinds of drives. Here you can see hard disk drive is having only one drive, that is a C drive, and then your device is removable storage. Two removable storage devices are connected to your device. So it shows that all the details also: floppy disk drive and DVD or W drive, that is CD. And the network locations is also, that is your system is connected with the local network, so it can also show the network location of the particular drive. Okay, the window, we already know what is meant by window. Window is a rectangular area. Window is a rectangular area in an application or a document. It is an area on the screen that display information for a specific program. So in this window it display the information for the specific program. Which window is opened, the related information for that particular application can be displayed on that particular window. Okay, so you can open any, if you open Word window, that window is having details about that particular Word document. Now in this we are opening the MS Explorer window, so it shows the details regarding to the different folders and files stored in your computer. Okay, so each window show the information regarding to that particular application. Application window. Now you see what is meant by application window. It is an area on a computer screen with defined boundaries and within which information is displayed. Okay, so application window is also the window. It shows the boundaries. In this window, boundaries are available. So such windows can be resized, maximized, minimized, placed side by side, overlap and so on. So you can able to change the size of this application window by using this boundaries. Okay, and then we are change the size with the help of buttons are available, that is minimize button, maximize button, close button. These buttons are used to change the size, as well as we can use boundaries to change the resize the window. An application window contains an open application, that is current applications such as Word or Paint. Okay, so these windows are having the open application. For example of application windows are Word or Paint document. When two or more windows are open, only one of them is active and the rest are inactive. Okay, so when you open more than one window at a time, one windows is currently active, remaining windows are inactive. Okay, so now you can see the figure. It shows the slide display the application window of OpenOffice and the appearance of the multiple windows opened in the desktop overlapped. Okay, now you can see this one. So this is the OpenOffice Calc window. Okay, now you can see, so this is the application window. Okay, that is the outer is known as the application window. These are all the elements of the window: title bar, menu bar, standard toolbar. Yes, so here it will specify each and everything. Here it show the formatting toolbar, and then formula bar, column header, row header, and then active cell reference, how we can refer a active cell, and then this is the active cell, row header, sheet tabs, status bar. Okay, so these are all known as the elements of the window. So now you can see multiple window opened in desktop. When you open more than one window like this, okay, now you can see first window is Word document window, and the next window is we are opening Explorer window, and then third one is we are opening the Google Chrome. Okay, so when you open more than one window like this, each windows are overlapped. Okay, so like this the windows are overlapped. At that current time any one window only active. Okay, so only one window will be active. If you want to work with remaining window, then you just made a click on this window, you can get So if you want to activate any one window, we just made a click on that particular window, you can able to activate. Okay, now you can see what is meant by document window. So document window is a section of the screen used to display the content of a document. Now you can see the outer border is known as the application window. Okay, so the outers, that is title bar, menu bar, here icons, these are all known as the ruler, these are all known as the application window. Okay, so inside of this window one small document will be opened, the empty page. That page is known as the document window. From this window only we are going to work, that is that workspace is known as the document window. Okay, so the outer whole part is known as the application window, where you have to work, that working area is known as the document window. Okay, that is here title bar is known as the application window. This title bar, outer border and title bar is known as the application window. The remaining details is regarding to the particular document, so we call it as a document window. Now you can see elements of a window. This is important 5-mark question. What does mean? What are the different elements, or explain elements of a window can be asked. Okay, so elements of a window. What are the elements of a window? Menu bar, title bar, border, corners, and then scroll bar, workspace. These are all known as the elements of a window. Now you can see one by one what does mean by this. Okay, so title bar, the title bar will display the name of the application and the name of the document opened. Okay, so which document is opened, that particular document name will be displayed on the title bar. Here in this title bar what content can be displayed? Untitled notepad. So this is a title bar. It will also contain minimize, maximize and close button. Okay, so what are the buttons are available? Minimize, maximize and close buttons are available in this title bar. And then next, menu bar. So we already know what is meant by menu. Menu is having collection of items. Okay, here also the menu bar contains more than one options. The menu bar is seen under the title bar. So where it can be located? Under the title bar. Menus in the menu bar can be accessed by pressing Alt key and the letter that appears underlined. So either we can open a menu, we can move the mouse pointer and click on that particular menu, or otherwise you can also use the Alt key and the letters which are underlined. Okay, so Alt key plus F, it will open the file menu. Like that we can open a particular menus in menu bar. Additionally, pressing Alt or F10 brings the focus on the first menu of the menu bar. If you want to open a first menu, then we just press Alt or F10. In Windows 7, in the absence of the menu bar, click Organization. In Windows 7, now you can see in Windows 7, as the absence of the menu bar, there is no menu bar. Instead of menu bar, we are having Organize, and from the drop down menu, click the layout option and select the desired item from that list. Okay, so what are the list you are having? In Windows 7, there is no menu bar is available. If you want to take menu bar, and we click on this Organize button and select the option layout, from this option you have to select what are the things you need. That menu bar, if you want, you just click on this menu bar. The menu bar can be appear on the window. Okay, so now you can see elements of a window, that is workspace. What does mean by workspace? Workspace is the area in the document window to enter or type the text of your document. That is the empty screen displayed on the document window. No, that window is known as the workspace. You are type the content from this workspace only. Okay, so now you can see this is your workspace. So next we see about scroll bar. What is meant by scroll bar? Okay, so there are two sets of scroll bars are available. One is horizontal scroll bar, another one is vertical scroll bar. Scroll bars are used to move the page without moving the cursor point. Okay, you can able to move the page and see the content without moving the key, without moving the cursor. For that we are using the scroll bar. Okay, So and the next one is corners and borders. The corners and borders of the window helps to drag and draw, resize the window. If you want to move the window from one place to another place, then we just place your mouse pointer on the title bar and hold down the left mouse button and drag to the specified location. The window can be moved from one place to another place. The mouse pointer changes to a double headed. If you want to resize the window, then we just place your mouse pointer and the border. Okay, then your mouse pointer can be changed into the double headed arrow. Okay, drag the border or corner in the direction indicated by the double headed arrow to the desired size as shown in the figure. Now I will show the examples also. Okay, the window can be resized by dragging the corner diagonally across the screen. Okay, now you can see we just place your mouse pointer in this corners or borders. Then your mouse pointer can be changed into double headed arrow. Then we can move this resize this windows. Okay, so Explorer the computer. Now you can see the Explorer window. Start menu. Okay, start menu. Why we need a start menu? Start menu are used to start the particular application. Okay, in the lower left hand corner of the Windows screen is the start button, where it can be placed in the left hand corner of the window screen. Okay, left hand corner we are having the start button. When you click on the button, the start menu will appear. Using the start menu, you can start any applications. For what purpose we are using the start menu? From this you can able to open any application stored in your computer. Okay, so it is used to open a particular applications. So now you can see what are the things are available in start menu. This is your start button, and then search box are available, and then task bar, all programs sub menu. If some of the application is not appear in this list, then we click on this all program, then all the applications stored in this computer can be opened. Okay, so program above menu separated, that will be pinned yours maybe. Okay, so here the applications, what are the applications stored in your computer, that names are available. And then this these are the some of the folders used in your computer. Okay, so here computer panel, shutdown options also available in this start menu. So start menu, this symbol indicates a sub menu. So here see this from this paint, one more arrow mark is available. For this arrow mark is used to show the sub menu available in this application. So okay, and then modify system settings. Control panels are used to modify the system settings. That is, if you want to modify the font color, or if you want to add another hardware devices to your computer, then we can use your control panel. And then device and printers. This option is used to add or modify devices and printers settings. And then help and support system, this is used to give help. If you don't know how to use a particular application, then we can go the help and support window, we get the details about that particular applications. Okay, if you want to shut down the system or log off or restart the system, you can use the option shutdown. And then the next button we already know, no, the small triangle symbol is used to specify this application is having the sub menus. Okay, when you click on this, it shows the sub menu. Here this is your start button and this is your search box. If you know the file name partially, then you can type your file name and click on the search, then it shows the files available on that particular name. Okay, so task bar, I already told where the task bar can be placed. At the bottom of the screen is a horizontal bar called the task bar. Okay, so the horizontal bottom screen, horizontal bar is known as the task bar. This bar contains from left to right the start button. Okay, from left side which one is available? Start button. After that, shortcuts to various programs, minimized programs are available. And in the extreme right corner, so in this right corner you can see the system tray which consists of volume control, network, date and time options. Next to the start button is the quick launch toolbar which contains a task for frequently used applications. Okay, quick launch toolbar is having the buttons that are frequently used applications. Okay, so now you can see the taskbar. So taskbar is the bar is available bottom of the desktop. Okay, what are the things are available? Start button. After the start button, different shortcut icons are available, as well as minimized programs also available. And then this right corner we are having the notification area. Okay, from this default language, network icons, volume adjustment, time and dates, arrow picker, these options are available in the notification areas. Computer icons. By clicking this icon, the user can see the disk drives mounted in the system. Okay, so in Windows XP Vista, this icons is called My Computer. So you see now My Computer in Windows 10, this is known as this PC. The functionality of computer icon remains the same in all versions. What it can show, it shows the details about the system. What are the different types of drives are available, what are the memory space is available, it shows all the details about that particular drives. So these are the different computer icons available in different OS. Windows XP, it shows the icon like this, My Computer. In Windows 7 it shows the icon computer alone. Windows 8 this PC, and Windows 10 also this PC icon is available. Okay, so starting and closing applications. When you want to start or close the application, what you want to do, most of the application installed on your computer are available through the start menu. Depending on the system setup, the application in the start menu varies. Okay, so how we can start the particular application? You just go for start menu and select the application which one you want to work. Okay, that application can be started. To start an application, click the start button and then point to all programs. The programs menu appear, and then point out the particular application which one you want to open and click the application name. Okay, so now you can see, if you want to open here Microsoft Excel, then you have to select that particular application and made a double click, that particular application can be opened. Okay, so one more way for starting the application, you can use a run option in your start menu. From this run dialog box, here you have to give the file name and press enter key, that particular file is also opened. This is another method to open a particular application. And then to create a application, if you want to close the application, then you select close button from the file menu. Okay, close button in the upper right corner of the application window, that is this close button. Or we can also use the exit option or close option from the file menu. Okay, either we can use this close button, or we can go for the file menu and select the option exit or close. So these are the options is used to close the particular applications. Okay, managing files and folder. We already know the content in the computer is stored in the form of files, and then collection of files are stored in the folder. You can able to move, copy, rename, delete and search the files and folders. Okay, so here files and here it shows the different kinds of files and folders. Here document folder, what are the different types of files are available, it will shows. Okay, so folders is having collection of files. And now you can see how to create a folder. If you want to create a folder to your computer, then you first select the location where you want to create the folder, and the hard disk or in the some drives. Okay, so to better organize your files, you can store them in folder. The first method for creating the folder is open computer icon and then open any drive. From which drive you want to create a folder, either D drive, C drive. You have to select the drive first and then click file new folder and then click the option file new folder. See this here, file new folder. The new folder can be created. So a new folder is created with the default name new folder. Type in the folder name and press enter key. So in this you have to type the folder name and press enter key. The new folder can be created. By default the folder can shows like this, new folder. And then if you want to change the name, type the name in this folder. Here I will change the name as test folder. Okay. If you want to rename the new folder, then we just click on that particular folder and we type the new name. Okay, second method for creating the folder. So in the desktop, if you want to create a folder in the desktop, then you just right click and select the option new folder. A folder appears within the default name new folder and it will be highlighted. So type the name you want and press enter key. The name of the folder will change. Okay. So see this how the folder can be created in the desktop window. We just right click in the empty space. The menu will be appear. From that menu you have to select the for new option. From that you have to select folder. Okay, new folder can be created like this. We just type the name of this folder and press enter key. The new folder name can be changed to the required folder name. WordPad, creating files in WordPad. We just to open a WordPad and type the content. Okay, what is the command is used to open a WordPad? Start all program accessories WordPad, or you can press run, type WordPad, click OK. Okay, so either we can start the application by using the start menu or we can use the run option. Okay, WordPad window will be opened. Like you can see, this is your WordPad window. This is your workspace. You can type the content on this WordPad. So creating files in WordPad. So first you open the WordPad window by using the command start all programs WordPad. Okay, and then you type the content. If you want to save the file, then we can go for the file menu and select the option save or control plus yes. Save as dialog box will be opened. Type the file name and click save button. The save file can be saved. Okay, so and then we can also select the location where you want to save the file. So by using look and drop down list box, so type the name and click save button. The particular file will be saved. So now you can see how to find your files and folders in Windows operating system. You can use the search box on the start menu to quickly search a particular folder. Okay, how we can find? By using the search box in the computer or in a specific drive. To find your files or folder, click the start button. The search box appears at the bottom of the start menu. Type the name of the file or the folder you want to search. Even if you give the part of the file name, okay, if you are forgotten, then you just give the part of the file name or folder name. It will display the list of files or folder related to that particular file name. Okay, that starting name. All files are opened. You have to select the file which one you want to find. Okay, the files or the folder with the specified name will appear. If you click that file, it will directly open that file or the folders. There is another option called see more results, which appears above the search box. If you click it, it will lead to you to your search result dialog box where you can click and open that file or the folders. Okay, so now you can see here, this is your search box. You have to type the file name which one you want to see. Okay, so if you know the part of the file name, we just type that file and press enter key. It will shows all the file name related to that name. You have to select a particular file which one you want to work. Okay, so this is the way you can able to find files and folders. Here we are having one more option, no, see more results. Click on this, you can get some other files also with this names. Okay, so you have to select your particular files. Okay, so in the next video we discuss about remaining topics. Okay children, thank you. So now you can see another method for searching the files or folders in computers. Okay, you can search files or folders using the computer icons. Click computer icon from desktop or from the start menu. The computer disk drive screen will appear, and at the top right corner of that screen there is a search box option is also available. So type the file or folder name on that search box and then press enter key. You can see the files or folders related to that name. Just click and open that files or the folders. Okay, so now you can see the picture for this. So open the my computer or this PC. Okay, computer icon, it will shows the drives window. From this you can select this search box and enter the file name, and the files related to this name will be displayed down to this pages. Okay, you have to select which file you want to work. So this is the way you can able to find the files and the folders in computer. Either we can use a start menu. From that search box you can give the file name, or you can use the my computer icon or this PC, that is computer icon, and that particular window you have to specify the file name in the search box and then press enter key. It will show the file name related to that particular drive. Okay, and you can select the particular file. This is the way you can find a file or folder in the computer icon screen. Okay students, thank you. In the next class we discuss about the remaining topics.